such a terrific difference for the state of Texas, but it is now launched into another pathway to do even more for our great state, and that is our new Secretary of State, Jane Nelson. You know, typically a speaker is not supposed to apologize, but I apologize a little bit. Me and Charlie Guerin, where's Charlie? He was napping over there. So we were at the game last night. I'm still wearing purple, and I think I went to bed at something like 5 o'clock with a tired voice. Yelling made no difference to the Georgia Bulldogs last night, I can tell you that much. But listen, I'm proud anytime Texas is represented for being the very best, whether it be college football or economics or whatever. And so, win, lose, or draw, I'm extraordinarily proud of TCU representing our state in the national championship game. I want to start out by saying congratulations to all of those who are newly elected to the Texas House of Representatives. I know, and I hope you know, that it is a remarkable accomplishment on your part. You've been through a crucible that you may never have experienced before. Winning people to vote for you, being attacked, going through the challenges of getting people to elect you to represent them, representing the great state of Texas. All that hard work, all the effort that you put in got you to this moment and to the seat that you're in today. But to put it in context, all it really did is get you to the starting line. The process begins today for you to embark upon your service for your constituents, reflecting their ideologies, their preferences, to make sure that their voices will be heard through you on the Texas House floor. I also want to congratulate those who were reelected. Think about this concept. You've been here, you've voted here, you've worked here, you sweated here, and when you went through the process of getting reelected, that was a reaffirmation by your constituents thanking you for the job that you've done, saying you've done such a good job, we want you to go back and represent us again. Tremendous honor all the way around. So I'm proud of all of the members of the Texas House of Representatives for going through what you did go through to make it to this moment today. And I want you to know, having been at this dais for multiple sessions now as we embark upon a new session, I have never been more excited about the beginning of a session than I am this year. And there's several reasons for that. One is, more than any other year, we are situated with an extraordinary opportunity to not only address the needs and challenges of our fellow Texans, but also to advance both the state and the lives of our fellow Texans more than any other session that we've ever had. Second, we are blessed with a once-in-a-generation opportunity to put our state on a course of unassailable excellence for generations to come. One of the reasons that you all are well informed about why we are situated that way is because of the $32.7 billion surplus that we have. But let's be clear about a couple of things. First, who's responsible for that? The people who are responsible for that budget. They are the hard-working men and women, working families in this state who sweat and toil to ensure that they're earning a good living, contributing back to the state through their taxes. They are the reasons why we have that budget surplus. That budget surplus is because of taxpayers in the state of Texas. There is another reason. Another reason is because Texas and our policies. They are attracting so many people here from other states. Once again, this past year, Texas was #1 in the nation for the most new people coming into our state from other states. It's been that way as long as I've known. We have more people coming here, adding to our economy than any other state. But we cannot overlook a third reason why we have the budget surplus that we do. It is owed mostly to the taxpayers of the state of Texas. But know this, that you know, and that is that you have implemented good stewardship with policies that made sure that we would have a budget surplus. Not every state can say that. In fact, as we gather here today, the state of California, while Texas has a more than $32 billion budget surplus, California has more than a $20 billion deficit. While we have our surplus, the governor of New York is asking the federal government for money to help them in their state. And I heard a commentator with a public policy organization on TV today in New York, who's a former member of the state legislature in New York, saying that one of the issues that the governor of New York is most concerned about is the fact that so many people are fleeing the state of New York. That's causing a budget problem for their state. That's not a problem that we have in Texas. In Texas, we attract people here, and we keep people here. You know, you hear all this time about how Texas is #1 for attracting new people. There's another number along those lines you need to know about. Texas is known as the stickiest state in the United States. What does that mean? That means Texas ranks #1 with retaining those who are born and raised here more than any other state. If you're born a Texan, by God, you love being a Texan and you want to stay in the great state of Texas. And I'll tell you one last reason why I'm very excited for this session. I listened to the outstanding remarks that were just presented to you by your speaker. And in those remarks were contained a broad outline of prolific issues that must be addressed this session. I can tell you that as we embark upon this session, I think there's a greater coalescence among both chambers, among all the leadership, about not only what the issues are, but also what the solutions to those issues are. And what that means is we start out in a perfect position to have an extraordinarily successful session that will end in 140 days from today. So as we embark upon this profound effort, I wish you Godspeed, and I ask that God continue to bless the great state of Texas, and that Texas remains the greatest state in the greatest country in the history of the world. God bless you all.